Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everyone in between. Welcome to another episode of Blerd Podcast. You got your two wonderful hosts today. You got the one and only, the Capitan, the leader of all ignorance and stupidity, Captain New. And then you have Dad Pad, the responsible one, the one that takes care of his kids, that pays the bills, cooks dinner, rubs his wife's feet. You know, the leader of everything that is responsible, Dad Pad Gaming.
Hey, don't do any of that stuff. You can't prove that I do it.
I can easily prove that. You have 4 kids that love you. You have a wife that loves you 75-80% of the time. You have 2 dogs. You have your own dad pad place of gaming. And you're doing a podcast this morning and it's quiet in the house right now. Because you put in work.
You can't prove that.
I can't prove that.
I plead the fifth.
I've known this man. I've literally known you damn near my entire life.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5th.
Nigga, I've met you. Hold on. When did I? That's a funny question. I met you when I was damn near in the fourth, fifth grade. Do you know that?
Yeah, bro. It's been forever.
I hate you.
You still can't prove it.
If I had Braden's phone number, I'll call him.
You should have saved it when he texted you that one time. You're bad. I don't even know who that guy is, actually. Come to think of it. I'm a single man. I live in the dad pad. I play video games and I ignore all of my responsibilities. I don't cook. I don't clean. I don't do anything.
Okay. If you don't cook, I can say this openly. Man, I have a way better sauce than anyone on this panel, and I can season better than anyone here on chicken. Oh, and my Philly cheesesteak sandwiches at Penn Station is
all right. Yes, I cook, I clean, I dad, I husband. Yes, I do all the stuff. Okay, I will not have you slandering my Philly cheesesteaks, my seasoning skills. Okay, and the sauce. Okay, I'm not going, fam. So the other day we had a bunch of sides, but we didn't pull out anything for dinner, like any type of meats. So we came up with a genius idea to make sides at home and just order a 12-piece from Popeyes. Fam, the sauce with Popeyes is a match made in heaven.
I can see that.
It works so good.
Bro.
Like, I know you say you're coming back in September for your birthday, your brother's baby shower. Remind me, because my memory is terrible and I'll probably forget
buddy, it was
what I did last week.
Bro, it's going to be a continuous before I hit the flight. Hey, I'm in town. Give me the sauce. Hey, I'm in town. I'll be picking up the sauce. And when we have the meeting afterwards, I'll tell you the schedule, because Jordan is, I'm not going to say his real name. My little brother, JP, is such a baby. If you get what I'm saying. Like, he's grown. Don't get me wrong, Jordan's very responsible. But he is a baby when it comes to this. When I tell you, when I'm saying, bro, you need to go ahead and let people know when the shower is so we can put money to the side to send you the care package. Like, I need to know. Let me know the date of the shower. So, bro, tickets is $10,000 for one right now.
Yeah, it gets crazy. Yeah, my advice to you, hey, Zayana in the building, Blerd approved gaming in here with the Popeyes blasphemy. Like, I know that y'all on a different side of the map, but I tell you, here in Indianapolis, Church's is extremely greasy and disgusting. You could literally take one of their legs and wring it out and get enough oil to like fry a whole nother chicken wing. And KFC is just like synthetic. So yeah, no. But nonetheless, man, yeah, those flights are expensive. The best thing you can do is fly early and book early and Southwest, because that luggage, boy.
I mean, come on now. Like, you already know this. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. You know how I get down. I'm responsible. I'm trying to go cheap. I go to the movies during the week. I'm not going Friday, Saturday premiere.
Yeah,
I'm going that Tuesday.
Look, I'm gonna tell you this. I am a pro. I am an absolute pro at finding good tickets. Like, I kid you not. I got my family size. I got all 6 of us flown to Disney World for under $2,000.
That's good.
So yeah, like come holler at me. I'll help you to find.
I did. We got ours when we flew into town, Southwest, and beautifulness way under. Hold on. I seen a comment that I need to address. Blerd approved gaming. When you're in Chicago, you don't get sharks.
It says sharks and I mean,
you get Harold's.
Don't get me wrong. No. Yeah, I'm about to say like sharks is good. Don't get me wrong, but when you go to Chicago, you absolutely positively get Harold's, and you tell them to put the sauce on top of the chicken, and then you attempt to eat
Extra
it with your hands.
You know what I'm saying?
Because you're gonna need a fork, but you got to attempt to eat it with your hands first. Okay?
Come on now. And I know this because when I get in Chicago, because I think I know who's doing this. I told my boys when I get in Chicago, you already know what's up. I want to see my nephew and I want Harold's as soon as I touch down. I'm not Hope. I don't want to say what's up to my guys. I don't want to go. I don't want to see nothing. Harold's and my nephew. Nothing else.
He's not lying though. I went to the Harold's downtown Chicago. Did not hit the same.
Oh no, you got to go where it's dangerous. Like that's
right. You gotta go to the south side.
That's where all the good food is. You have to go. So when you here in Arizona, you either got to go to Chilango's. It's real small and it's next to a bunch of stores that don't make sense in Avondale. But for good tacos, you gotta go to the hood or the truck. All the good food, the Jamaican spot is near the center of Arizona's hood. And then if you want good barbecue, you got to pull up on Nick Perry. And he's a nigga. I've known him for at least the past 7 years. He is a bona fide Negro. And he get down.
Yeah. He at this point, I think he might even have his sandals.
Oh, yeah. He's certified. He's certified.
Oh, yeah. He's certified. He's sandal certified. Yeah. So you got to watch out. That boy Perry, he's something else. Okay.
Yeah, he's about to learn how to make brisket, too.
We ain't never met him in person. But we both know him. Okay,
it's about to be silly.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Before we get it going, man, we got a nice show for y'all. We got a delicious set of good news.
Oh yeah, we got some good news today, man. It's about to be pretty juicy.
Absolutely. So I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all the rundown. I forgot to put my notepad up because when we do our podcast, y'all, I have my notes up and I erase everything we talk about. So here we go. We got some Final Fantasy 16 deliciousness. We got some From Software. Excuse me? Okay, I didn't see that. So we got some From Software delicious. Good. Some rumors to watch for God of War, State of Play for the 30th. Ooh, Sucker Punch is hiring for Ghost of Tsushima 2. EA Skate 4 ready for reveal. Overall thoughts of Obi-Wan series, aka Vader Won't Smoke. And Dragon Ball Super projects already in active development. And Perry's top 5 anime to watch for the fall season. There is gas to talk about today.
Man, hey, look, I hope y'all buckling in because we got some goods today, man. So I'm gonna ask you, Perry. I know I ask you this every episode. Do you want to go down the list as delivered, or do you want to start somewhere in particular?
So let's start with Star Wars. Let's start with Star Wars because for an in-depth conversation, I will have to call on the ones that know the Bible, not only of the dark side but of the light too. And you are a familiar person, but when it comes to in-depth conversation, I gotta call the Demi, and I need to summon the Ham.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Those two individuals I can sit and have deep conversations with, in particular, because I study more of the Sith more than anything. And if people know me, I don't care for the Skywalkers anymore. My man's pulling out his custom design saber.
We gotta get ready. It's so I love it. It's so sexy.
Ooh,
it's so sexy.
It's delicious.
Yes, it is. Go ahead.
That's what I'm talking about. So
let's go ahead and talk some Star Wars. You know what I'm saying?
He is not of the dark side. He is of the shade side, and his leader is Prince. Exactly. So with that, so the Obi-Wan series, man, concluded this week with a season with the season finale. Basically Obi-Wan and Darth Vader having it out. Having it
yeah, man.
out.
It was something special to see, man.
Absolutely.
It was absolutely something special to see. Now, I mean, of course, as we're going to do like kind of an overview on our thoughts for the entire 6-episode series.
Absolutely.
So with that being mind, spoiler alert is active. Okay. So all in all, what are your thoughts? Like, did you like it? Did you love it? Are you obsessed? Do you need more, or are you good with what you got?
Okay, so overall, I give it absolutely. Thank you. So overall, I give it. I'm satisfied. I don't need more. I don't need anything about the Vader. I mean, the Skywalker trilogy. I mean, storyline anymore. I appreciate what was the in between of what's going on. That was good. I'm perfect for what it is. I do not need another season of Obi-Wan. That is concluded. That is good because after this, we already know what happens. Vader kills Obi-Wan. Then you have Luke. Then you have, that storyline of the first, not the first three, but the second three movies. Yeah. That's good. I'm perfect with that. If anything, Mandalorian is the one that needs more season. That's the one that needs the sauce because the Mandalorians is the race of people that's like, I'm not of Jedi, I'm not of Sith, I am of hands, and I'm here to give you those.
And and just because you said that you're tired of the Skywalkers, something that's really exciting. I don't know if you saw the headlines, but Taika Waititi, guy who's been running around MCU doing the Guardians of the Galaxy. He did Thor Ragnarok. He's actually in charge of the next Star Wars show, or not show, but movie. And he's come out and said that this is a movie that will expand the universe and will have absolutely no ties to the Skywalker family.
That is beautiful.
Yeah. So that's pretty exciting. So we're supposed to get that, I think, within the next year or two. I don't know exactly how far he is in development, but it's coming. But I gotta say, to Blerd Approved Gaming, I don't know. I don't necessarily agree with everything else was sleep inducing. I thought that the first episode was interesting, but it was a little boring. It was kind of interesting to see, especially where the Jedi Order had gone in the 5 years since, Order 66 and how they kind of struggled, because though the movies kind of get into it, the movies really don't get into it. And with Star Wars lore right now being so choppy since Disney came in and said, all right, well, nothing right now is canon except for the movies and I think the Jedi Fallen Order game, like, are the only things right now that are canon. They've taken a bunch of the comics out of the continuity. They've taken out a bunch of the novels and stuff, and those are just like considered as fan fiction now and stuff. So it's kind of nice to see that we're kind of revisiting a time that we can see that these Jedis are still adjusting to this new lifestyle of having to hide out, having all this jank stuff to do, and blah blah blah. But other than that, man, like, once I got to episode 2, I was absolutely tuned in. Like everything about the show, the action set pieces, I thought the characters were really interesting. The twist to the third sister was pretty cool, I thought. I was overall impressed with the show. But like episodes 3, 5, and 6, man, were, in my opinion, like the biggest standouts of the show. And that may have had a lot to do with Vader. So I'm not saying that Vader wasn't the most exciting thing, but there are other cool things about the show, man. Let's not be rude. Okay.
Yeah, so with this, one thing I can say about this show that I am super appreciative of is Force abilities being shown. When you allowed Vader to be Vader, it was phenomenal. So
yeah.
So I have to say this. So my best friend was just in town this past weekend. Liddy's godfather, 20 years of friends. That, like, my nigga. So he finally caught up. And the entire time he was looking at me, he's like, Nick, Vader has a grudge with people that have the higher ground. So when he said, when Vader had a moment when he literally pulled a ship down, he screamed, he said, no more higher ground, bitch, come here. And
right, no more
damn door. That showed the ability of Vader. Because if you know anything about Star Wars, you know that Anakin Skywalker was born of this Force. He showed his abilities. He was like, I have thoughts about his face. But
we'll get into that. We'll get into that.
So I enjoy the fact that his Force abilities were shown and wasn't hindered, and they showed good lightsaber combat. I enjoyed all of that. I was super excited for it. And then the second fight that they had, because Vader watched Obi-Wan first go around, he was like, "Nah, nigga, get out of my way. You ain't it no more. I'm him." The second fight, we were able to see who Obi-Wan is and why he's one of the top 5 Jedis of all time. You're facing a man who was born of the Force.
He was born in it, raised in it.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It was beautiful to see. And then if anyone knows, at the end, where Vader was sitting at is where one of the most legendary Sith of all time is at. And Vader is there to heal himself. Vader is there for a particular part within the storyline. I can't remember the name. I will have to ask Pac. But there is a link that I will find and I will share with everyone. Of the storyline, because I'm telling you, it was delicious. Like, it's Vader's story itself, when it's just Vader, is great. Outside of Luke, like, it's great. And again, it was cool. I enjoyed it. For me, I give it a 7.5, 8. Vader holds a lot of that weight. I enjoyed Obi-Wan. Reva, I think is her name. I enjoyed her as well. She was really good. I enjoyed the whole cast. Like, everyone there was really good. I love Kid Layla. I love her.
Yeah, she was pretty dope. I can absolutely say she was one of my favorite characters.
Easily. I loved her. I'm like, hold off on redoing the first 3 movies. She is Princess Leia. She's the one. Simply because her attitude was her. Like, I'm like, yes.
Yeah, definitely. I would love to kind of get, and it's always kind of sketchy when you kind of get those shows that start around teenagers. But I would love to kind of see something based on like Leia and her like younger days, like leading into rebellion. Like, because we've gotten one thing, like what's the next thing? Like, this bridges her into like being a part of the rebellion. So like, what's the first event that, you know, I mean, obviously we have like A New Hope and the things that happened there, but there's something else there, because there's like a 10-year gap between what we just got and where the series starts. So Umbrella. This ain't no Umbrella. What's wrong with you, boy?
Oh my goodness. Welcome, D-Rain. Thank you for the tier 1 subscription for 16 months. Wait till I get my round of applause and all this. It's What's up?
What is that? Knights of G.
Knights of G. What's up? I like that. Knights of G. What clan? What games do you play? Where does this Knights sit at? I need to know. But one thing that I want to see from the Star Wars like shows, like, I'm cool on Anakin. If you need any more Anakin Skywalker from anything, you don't watch the first 3 movies. You go watch Clone Wars, and then you shut the hell up.
Yep, and that's what I'm learning now. Clone Wars is really damn good. But I know it seems like we're getting ready to drift into the next topic because we've got so many of them. I do want to take a moment to say, because I think it was Blerd Approved Gaming mentioned that he loved Vader right up until Vader's mask went off. And that is a fair opinion to have. However, my opinion is actually of the contrary. I've always loved Vader. Vader has always been a badass. He comes, he's there for lollipops and to fuck shit up, and he's usually out of lollipops. But my thing is, Vader has always been this mysterious, dark, beastly figure, and it was probably the most interesting I've ever seen Vader to be in a position of vulnerability. It humanized him where almost like I fear him more because he's gone from this monster that just appreciates chaos to a man with real motivations and fear, and he lashes out and does the things that he does for a reason. And for me, that makes him so much more interesting, like in the main continuity of who Vader is.
Have you finished Clone Wars?
I have not finished it.
Okay.
There's a lot of Clone Wars.
Okay. So with that, your statement is going to change of a beast of chaos, because Anakin, what he said at the end, he said, "You didn't kill Anakin, I did." He was the fear, because the birth of Vader was the fear of losing his woman.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was the birth, and then damn, what was the Sith Lord that got Vader Blerd approved. Can help me out. It's not Sidious. It is Sidious. I'm not, but he's the one that nitpicked at that, because again, the council had its opinions on Anakin at to begin with, and he saw the opportunity and pounced on it. So there's a lot there to unpack. It was definitely said, okay, I'm thinking, okay, thank you, Blerd, for it was Sidious. I knew I wasn't tripping. I was doubting myself and my Star Wars knowledge. Sorry, y'all. Yeah. This is my geek moment. But yeah, Sidious. So Sidious saw that. He took advantage and manipulated that, and you can see it in his eyes. Before we move into topics, I wanted to say I'm cool because we've seen a lot of Jedi stories in the Star Wars, and and how the council and the politics really work. One thing that I want to see is the birth of the power of two of the Sith Order. That will probably be one of the most interesting storylines of all times. I'm
over the Skywalkers.
Everyone's over the Skywalkers. I'm ready to see more Sith. I'm ready to see Revan. Like, I'm ready for the Knights of the Old Republic. I'm ready to. I need it.
Yeah, there's a lot. Like, I was just curious and like doing some research yesterday, because I'm new into the Star Wars thing, and I'm starting to get like heavier and heavier into it. And I'm like doing research yesterday, and I did not realize that per continuity of the comics, kyber crystals, I mean, I know that they are living things, they are tuned into the Force, but ultimately the reason why dark side users have red lightsabers, is because the pain, anguish, and all the other malignant vibes that dark side users put off essentially makes the kyber crystal bleed, and any kyber crystal that they use will eventually turn red, even if they started with a lightsaber that was a different color. So most of them just rock out with the red because there's no point. They'll turn any kyber crystal red by default, which I thought was super awesome.
Welcome to the Sith. The more you know.
Yeah, definitely. The more you know.
Yes.
But definitely, Star Wars. Like, I know you said you gave it a 7.5, 8. Yeah. I'm gonna go a little bit higher. And I'm think I'm gonna give this a 9 overall. I think if that first episode was a little stronger, I could maybe lobby for a 10 on its best day. But right now, I'm definitely going for.
You have to finish Clone Wars.
9.
You have to finish.
I'm going to get there. But there's a lot of Clone Wars. There's like over 100 episodes.
I know, and every episode is because it was the fans that wrote it. Fans of Star Wars wrote this, and they did a phenomenal job. It was great. So definitely do that. So next on the docket, because that I can definitely. Where do you want to go? Because I have thoughts. From Software has my attention. I didn't know that.
Oh, I know. So let's temper your excitement for a little bit. Let's go ahead and start off with Final Fantasy, because then the next couple things are really kind of all hype, depending on who you are and what you're into. Um, but as far as Final Fantasy 16 this week, we got some updates from like the leads in development, and we got some pretty interesting stuff here, Perry. I don't know if you heard this, but one, it was confirmed that Final Fantasy 16 will not be an open world game. Which Final Fantasies are never truly open world. Like I know 15 was, but that's not something that Final Fantasies usually do.
Right.
Yeah. And even like you said, per se, like even with Final Fantasy 15, while it was open world, that's up for discussion still. So I don't know why people are shocked, upset, angry, or anything like that, if they are. But the most interesting tidbit of this is while it is not confirmed as a ESRB rated game just yet, they have openly admitted that they want to delve into unfamiliar territory, unfamiliar themes, and they did not want to be limited in any of the things that they wanted to cover within the narrative of Final Fantasy 16. Therefore, it was approved by Square Enix and by the leads of development that they are shooting for a rated M Final Fantasy, which is going to be the first in the series. But also drives to be very interesting. And for what they said is that this is not by means a cheek and tongue ploy to show you any type of unnecessary, unwarranted nudity or fan service. This isn't for the sake of having blood and gore, but they wanted their story to be rooted in their universe without having any strings attached to tell the story that they wanted to tell the way they wanted to tell it. So how does that make you feel, Perry? Like knowing that Final Fantasy is trying to step into, I guess, like I don't want to say dark and gritty because I know that has like a negative connotation to it today. It's kind of a meme, but for lack of better phrases, Final Fantasy 16 is going dark and gritty from what it seems. How does that make you feel?
I mean, I'm happy because though the tone has been light in a lot of them, 15 was definitely, because I'm not of I'm not of the Final Fantasy deep lore of history. So 15 was like good, and I enjoyed it because of the fantasy aspects, but the undertone of what it was, of the sacrifice that Noctis had to do towards the end. You know what I'm saying? So it was already hinted at, but I'm ready. 16 looks phenomenal. And the fact that it's dark and it's going to be gritty, it's going to show that there's going to be hard decisions to be made. There's going to be hard routes to go. There's going to be a difficulty, a storyline that's going to be, to me, that can be very either thought-provoking or make you uncomfortable, which is good because Final Fantasy, in lack of a better terms, has a pretty good pedigree of games, in which is all right. And I mean, hell, look at Final Fantasy VII Remake. Look at Final Fantasy VII Reunion. And they're rewriting the entire storyline of that, and it's not something that's pretty.
Yeah. We can only hope that it's not, that it is pretty though, because damn it, everyone wants Aerith to survive. So we'll see.
And if you take Tifa away from me, there will be hell to be paid. Do you understand me?
Yeah, I don't think Tifa's going anywhere. If anything, like my thing is, I don't know, this is a bit of a departure from 16, but if anything, I think with Final Fantasy VII Remake, like since people had the game in their hands long enough to be hit with that gut punch of Aerith dying, there have always been rumors that there was like a Super Phoenix down. There was a secret cheat code, a secret ending where she survives the encounter with Sephiroth. I'm gonna assume that what they're doing with this in some way or another is taking that storyline that fans created somewhere along the line and making that the way that things go. But it would also be interesting if they played with our emotions. They kind of gave us that false hope, and then we find out that time is a straight line and there's nothing you can do to avoid that death anyway. That would be super interesting. It would be heartbreaking, and I think that would be extremely thought provoking. So we'll see. But as far as Final Fantasy 16 goes, I'm excited to see it kind of go into the mature realm, just simply because like where this Final Fantasy is set, like Final Fantasy 15 kind of had those bro venture vibes to it, and we're on a road trip and we're shooting the shit and we're having a good time, and I thought that was pretty dope. But when we look at Final Fantasy 16, this is something that is like, as far as like the timepiece, it's high fantasy. It's kind of given off in some ways. It's given off in some ways those Game of Thrones vibes. So not saying that they're going to be out here, ripping penises off and feeding them to people and all that stuff that Game of Thrones does, but it'd be kind of interesting to see, without the limitations, where this could actually go. So all in all, I think it's kind of cool that they are stepping out of their familiar and comfortable formula and trying some new stuff. We can only hope that at the end of it all, we get an excellent game from it, though.
Right. Totally agree. And I'm looking forward to it as well. To D-Rain, Last of Us 2 made people uncomfortable. You ready for that again? Absolutely. Last of Us 2 was a phenomenal game, no matter how you look at it.
Yo, so D-Rain, I don't know if that actually has been confirmed or not. If it has, great, please show me the link. But we actually have a rumor section where we'll talk about that. But if it has been confirmed, please show me where it's been confirmed, because we will switch it up and we will talk about it right freaking now. Right now. Not now, but right now.
But yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm excited. 16 is all when I first seen Final Fantasy 16 shown at the State of Play, it was there. And I was already sold. I'm there. I'm like, I don't care what the story is. I don't know where it's going. It looks beautiful. And then you reshowed it again. And then you confirmed a pre-order.
Yeah. I need it.
Like there's nothing else that I care for. Give me what I want. So I'm really excited for what that game brings. For sure. So I'm ready to talk about it. I'm okay. I have calmed my everything. I am ready to talk now.
Okay. So let's go ahead and get into the next story here. So Perry can start to fangirl out like a middle school girl on the way to a B2K concert in the early 2000s.
About B2K, O'Melon. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a brief intermission and address this terrible R&B 2000s showing. Like I stated in a status, O'Melon, go be a dad. You can be a great father. Mario, I expect a new album by the holiday season. You did your thing.
So this is my thing. I think that this comes from Mario, who has had to lean on his vocal ability his entire career and his writing ability his entire career, versus Omarion was kind of the triple threat. He sings, he can dance, and he's attractive.
He can dance.
Because I will never say that he is a good actor. So his triple threat is the fact that he is attractive. But ultimately, like, don't get me wrong, like, Omarion can sing. Can he sing better than Mario? Never. I would never say that even before this particular event.
He's a studio singer.
Yeah, he is more of a studio singer. He's kind of a, hey, my boyfriend can sing, let me put him on YouTube singer. He just kind of knew the right people because he was very close to Marcus Houston. But all in all, like, the biggest thing that we saw here was Mario was backstage. He had his warm honey lemon water. He was singing runs and scales. He was warming up. He came on that stage ready to perform versus Omarion being the more popular artist of the two was like, all right, hey, I'm more popular. I'm going to go out here and do some cool shit. I'm going to do some antics and I'm going to win because I'm cool. You can tell that dude didn't even warm up for that show because he didn't even start to sound decent until like an hour in.
Not even then. It was bad.
Yeah.
And
it was rough.
Before we even got to them, let's go ahead and have a moment of silence for our boy Ray J.
Man, I'm not having a moment of silence for Ray J. No. Like this, like I'm gonna tell y'all, and I told this story in our musical chat. But I'm going to tell y'all a story that starts off super cool and interesting that ends with probably one of the most embarrassing things in my life. When I was about 17, I was talking to my mom about family and connections and blah, blah, blah. And I made the discovery through this conversation that Brandy, Moesha, is a distant cousin of mine. She's like my third cousin or whatever. So nothing like I'm like, hey, yeah, that's cool. But as a 17-year-old guy, I'm like, Brandy, oh man, that's dope. She definitely has contributed to the culture. Yeah, we got Moesha. She got some classic songs out there. Man, she even recently done some stuff with Kanye West. That's pretty dope. And then I sat there. I got real quiet. The skies turned gray.
You realize something.
Lightning struck and thunder rumbled. And I said, oh shit. This is like the first time I cursed in front of my mom as well. It was, I still try not to curse in front of my mom at 32. But I said, oh shit. And she said, boy, what? I said, Ray J is my cousin too? Just throw the whole family tree away.
Hard reset.
Yeah, I don't want it.
Hard reset.
Yeah, definitely. But at this point, let's go ahead and get into From Software, man.
Yeah, man. So apparently.
Yeah. So I've got you. I've got you. So that way you can freak out when it's time to freak out. So From Software has confirmed that they are almost done with their game. And when I say From Software, I mean Miyazaki-san himself says that development, and I quote, development is currently in its final stages, end quote, on their most recent and current title that is still a unannounced game. Now, Perry, before you do backflips and headbutt through the camera with excitement, I do know that earlier this year there was a rumor that there was an Armored Core game in the works. Which personally, I'm hoping that this is an Armored Core game because I think that with the way that From Software has been going crazy lately, a Armored Core game with the new From Software flavor could be amazing. But all in all, we have no idea what this game is in reality. Perry, go.
Yeah, so absolutely. So with that being said, Armored Core should be the next game. And with that, they're on a hiring spree for multiple new games. And I would want to see an Armored Core game announced next. No, I take it back. I want DLC for Elden Ring announced next. And then I want Armored Core to follow that. Because Elden Ring is so massive that if you do the DLC that you added to Dark Souls 3, phenomenal. If you do like a good another good DLC that was added, that made Dark Souls 2 from the mediocre game to a phenomenal game. I don't know why it gets all the hate into what it is. Do it. I mean, hell, Bloodborne's DLC is by far one of the best added DLCs that I've ever played. Do that.
You were obsessed. I remember.
Oh, bro, it's by far Bloodborne is still my number one From Software game. Sekiro is a close second. Elden Ring is probably my third. I will want, and if they don't announce an Armored Core game, I'm going to say, give me a Sekiro 2, something of the similar aspect of Sekiro. Just because Sekiro is a phenomenal game, just have the customization aspect to it. It was fluid. everything was fair. It forced you to be uncomfortable. You had to learn the mechanics. You couldn't really cheese it. You had to learn the game. You had to learn these patterns. So I will believe that that will be a good way to go for From Software to build up on that. But the correct decision, in my opinion, the next release, DLC for the game of the year.
Yeah. Like, no, this is a full game. So it's not like if the DLC is coming, I believe it's coming. It is on
the way. Armor Core. Then let it be Armor Core. Let it be Armor Core. And for the love of Jesus, if it's not that, give us a 60 frames.
Not even just a 60 frame. Like, go ahead and just at this point give us a full on like remaster. Like, if it's just going to be a PS5 app and we get it for free, great. If it's a full on remake and we got to pay $10 for the upgrade, great. If it's a full on remake, shit, we might even pay the $70 for it. PlayStation, we thirsty.
I'm paying for it. If it's the Bloodborne one, I'm paying for it.
We thirsty for it. So I think they know. I think they know. I think that we will probably get something of the sort very soon from Bloodborne. However, on the front of I did want to bring up Sekiro. I am doubtful we will ever get another Sekiro.
Me too. It was a good one and done game.
Yeah. And I mean, but the main reason that I believe that is because, one, From Software is they kind of have a squeaky clean reputation. They're very private, low key. All they ever talk about is their games. And that's it. Like, and then they go away into hiding and they come out, they release another cult classic that is also revered as almost at this point, they're also revered as mainstream classics. But a lot of people forget that From Software was a game that was made in part by Activision. And I think Activision just has too much shit going on, man. Like with all the issues they're having with Bobby Kotick, with all the shit they have going on outside of Bobby Kotick, the Microsoft acquisition, and everything that kind of floats around that. I would be very surprised, like maybe like after all the smoke clears in another year or two, but I would be very surprised if we had any type of like Sekiro 2 announcement made in the next 2 to 3 years. Simply because, like I said, that's a lot of red tape that From Soft has to maneuver around, and there's no need for them to really get into those muddy waters when, I mean, right now they don't really need it. You know?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah. It's a curious way to go.
But come on and Armor Core me. That's what I need.
Armor Core. I mean, there's a lot of. I just read the article from Kotaku. Everyone and their mama is thinking Bloodborne 2 is gonna come, and I'm like, don't tease me.
Right. Don't give me hope.
Please don't give me hope. I will cry.
So I'm curious, and I may have asked you this before, and I apologize if I have. But have you ever played an Armor Core title?
No, I have not. I have not played an Armor Core title. I've watched video, but I'm not of that. When it comes to that, I am a true casual.
Yeah. So I mean, essentially, for anyone who has not played an Armor Core title before, believe it or not, the DNA for all Souls games comes from Armored Core. Armored Core is literally a Souls game. You are the pilot of a mech in which you can completely and totally customize your mech, sometimes to your detriment. Like if you are a foolish pilot and you decide to put all heavy parts on your mech, even in the PS1 days, you can't walk. You know, like if you want to have all of this heavy equipment, you're not going to be able to run. If you want to get around, you better have the capital available to put your mech like one of those treads, like a tank. If you have, oh, hey, Mrs. Perry, bye, Mrs. Perry. You know, if you want to have a light a light, mobile suit, you can, and just equip it with a sword and go out there and go. But you might have a rough time. Just like in those Souls games, like you can wear whatever you want to, but if it's not conducive to your build, you might as well just load in. The game is dead. So I'm extremely excited if this is an Armored Core game, because like the Derek Masons of the world are going to go crazy, but also there has been a core group of Armored Core fans who have seen From Software going crazy for the last 10-15 years now, that are overdue for a game. And if they take all the lessons that they've learned in cultivating that Armored Core DNA through all of these Souls games and bring it back to the grandfather of Souls games, oh my God, it's going to be amazing.
So
go ahead.
No, okay. Quick question. Who has the bigger vocal point right now of what they want? Armored Core game or Bloodborne 2?
That's hard to say. Simply because Bloodborne 2 is still easily accessible. Like, people absolutely are clamoring for a Bloodborne 2, but as much as people are clamoring for a Bloodborne 2, I hear as many people saying, hey, can we just get a PS5 patch for Bloodborne? Versus Armored Core. I'm just curious. I'm gonna see if I can Google the last Armored Core release.
All right, got it right here. I was looking at Armored Core. Last Armored Core release was 2013.
Yeah. So we're talking what, PS3?
Yeah.
So we've not gotten an Armored Core game in almost 10 years. So it's this, like, to me, the Armored Core like fan base is very similar to me on the outskirts as a Mega Man fan. When you see that the developers of a game that you love are back, I won't even say back in their prime, because I feel like From Software has honestly never really made a misstep. But regardless, when you see that a developer that you love, that has made a game that you love, is going crazy and they're doing all these great things, you're just hoping that they turn their crosshairs back on that title that you love. So I would imagine that the fan base of Armored Core probably wants Armored Core more than the Bloodborne 2 lobbyists do. But this is all conjecture, because I don't know. I can't speak for those thousands of people out there.
Speaking for me and Blerd Gaming, we want the Bloodborne 2, because Bloodborne itself had the best drip, was beautifully balanced, environment was just sexy. It's one of the best damn games ever, easily.
Yeah, it is. It is.
But I am learning how to include everyone in gaming. Everyone should have their moment. So I would want an Armored Core. So I'm cool with that.
Yeah. So we'll see. Hopefully we get something soon. Maybe we will. Because we're actually ready to kind of head into the rumor mill. We got some shit for y'all.
No, oh my God.
So yeah, so there's a couple things going on. So the biggest thing right now, you know what? I'm gonna save that for last. So what we know for sure right now is Sucker Punch 2 is working on Ghost of Tsushima 2. Here this week, and I say we know this one more than the others because Sucker Punch obviously made Ghost of Tsushima. But this week they actually start making job posting. And what are they looking for? They are looking for developers that are experienced in open world games with heavy stealth mechanics and implications. Sucker Punch has made 2 games as of recently. They have made Infamous and they have made Ghost of Tsushima. Now, this could be a Sly Cooper game. However, do you think that these guys that are making one of the most profitable as of late games that Sony has is going to revert back to Sly Cooper, a mascot platformer? I don't think so. But hey, we got Ratchet and Clank, and Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart was great.
No, not even close. It's going to be Ghost of Tsushima 2, just because Sly Cooper and Infamous can easily be sent to Bluepoint remake. Best remake studio of all time. And it's not even close.
Yeah.
Not even close.
Now, and that's the thing. I've really been holding on hope. Like right now, I am waiting to play Infamous. What I've decided is if they do not announce a new Infamous game by December of this year, I'm going to replay the first Infamous. But there's been a rumor going now for a while that Infamous 1 and 2 remakes are supposed to be in the works. But with that, we also and I don't know if this rings to be true because I heard this a while ago, so I can't verify where that source is now. But I actually heard through the grapevine at some point that Bluepoint is actually making their first AAA original game right now. So if that is true, they probably wouldn't be barking up the tree of a remake right now. Let's see here. I need to switch back weapon. Can't wait for Assassin's Creed in Japan.
I know exactly who this is now. I know exactly who this is.
No, we've already confirmed that's Otis. But Otis, I'm sorry. I hate to break it to you. I don't know if you're aware, but Assassin's Creed right now is going the route of games of service. And the next Assassin's Creed is going to be Assassin's Creed for the next couple years.
He's calling Ghost of Tsushima Assassin's Creed.
Oh, is that what we're doing here? Yeah, Assassin's Creed wishes it was Ghost of Tsushima. I'm sorry. Yeah. Ooh. I mean, I guess I could see some parallels there, but Ghost of Tsushima is the superior game. Like, maybe if they would have took what they did with Assassin's Creed Syndicate and like took that and built on it, maybe they would be competing in gameplay today. But because they were scared and they like reshifted the entire gameplay model towards what Origins and Valhalla and I forget what the Rome one was called. I don't know, because the combat in those games is really rough in my opinion. But I don't know. I'm just a guy, so who knows? But let's see here. Infinite definitely needs another one, though. Cole is an inspiration for one of the characters in the comic series. Yeah. Cole is super dope. I'm hoping that we do get that. Like I said, it's been rumored for a while. In fact, like if you go back and you watch some of the industry guys, from a while back, if you go and watch the some of their reactions from the Spider-Man 2 unveiling, when the Spider-Man 2 for PS5 was unveiled, the first thing that we got was a street light and some like a static shock of electricity. And a lot of those guys' first reaction was, "Oh, this must be the Infamous remake." So, for people that are well informed to have thought that was coming, that kind of even adds fuel to the flame. They've been like updating. Perry is, I don't know what he's eating, but he's making me hungry as hell. But they've also gone ahead and like updated like the licensing and website domain names and such. So it seems like that could be standard business protecting their investment and making sure that no one buys infamous.com. So if they want to make a game, they'd have to pay X amount of dollars to get that website domain back. I don't know. But there's a lot of things that are still pointing to the fact that Infamous remake may be on the way. Let's see. Ghost of Tsushima is miles ahead of any Assassin's Creed game. Charlie just doesn't want to admit it. Yeah, you got it. Assassin's Creed was good. I think, in my opinion, Black Flag was my favorite Assassin's Creed game. And then they tried to do too much, and the multiplayer wasn't great. And that was at a time that multiplayer had to be shoehorned into every game. And it just didn't work.
You're gonna have a bad time.
But yeah, all in all, Ghost of Tsushima 2 rumored to be revving up in development. So maybe in the next couple of years we will hear more. We've also got here EA Skate 4 may be ready to reveal soon. And this one isn't really too much to expand on. Like if you know Skate and you played Skate, you probably love Skate. It's so good, and I hope that this is true. But if anyone remembers, about a year or two ago, EA actually came out and confirmed that they are reviving the Skate series, and Skate 4 will be coming soon. So essentially what we heard is some well-informed people throughout the industry have implied that Skate 4 has been in active development longer than any of us have known about. Apparently there was a leak that had came out earlier this year that made the game look a little rough. I didn't actually see it myself. But what we are understanding is that informed people within the industry are saying that the build that was leaked out was like 4 to 6 months old at the time that they got it, and that game is actually close to being completed and ready to launch. So maybe we'll get something soon. And if so, yay. Hold on hope there. But the rumor that everyone is probably waiting for, and I'm sorry I forget his name, but there is a leaker who is a very reliable leaker at that, who has come out and leaked that God of War State of Play is on its way. When is it on its way? As early as this Thursday. We all know that State of Plays are usually set for Thursday. Sometimes in odd situations they're set for Wednesdays. But this week, this particular leaker said that we are poised for a announcement on a State of Play on Monday. So that's just 2 days away from the day of recording here. And that recording would confirm Skate 4, or what they're saying is just going to be called Skate. So we'll see. Wait, I'm losing my mind here, y'all. Why y'all let me talk about Skate some more? Because I'm excited. But no, State of Play. God of War State of Play on Thursday is what the rumor is.
Yeah, and it's going to show gameplay, in-depth look at God of War, which is supposed to be coming out this year. Still,
yeah. So right now, the rumor out there initially was September. But because of the fact that we now know that the Last of Us Part 1 is coming out in September, and November right now seems to be open. I think Call of Duty is October. Pokemon is set to be late October.
November.
Is that November? I thought it was late October. Is it early November?
Yeah. Pokemon's Violet and Scarlet and Violet. That is coming out.
You see, all this dude got on his mind is Violet. It's crazy.
November 18th.
Okay, November 18th. But then again, like Pokemon is in no way, shape, or form in competition with God of War. Like no. the people that want God of War are going to buy God of War. The people that want Pokemon are going to buy Pokemon, and everyone else are going to buy both. Like this is not like a Call of Duty versus Battlefield situation. If you want both games, you're going to get both games, and you can play them at the same time because they are very different from each other. But all in all, yeah, this is supposed to be the traditional State of Play, just like we got with Ghost of Tsushima, like we got with I think we got one with Death Stranding. We got one with so many other games, Horizon, so on and so forth. So the rumor right now is that this is not Sony's big blowout event, where they're showing off their first party games, but more so a God of War focused event where we will get 10 to 20 minutes of gameplay breaking down what the game is, the gameplay loop, the mechanics, so on and so forth. So definitely that is set for this Thursday, is what the rumor claims. So we'll just have to stand by for Monday and see what happens and see if we get one of those cool State of Play announcements that we're all hoping for.
Yeah. If anything, this State of Play should be focused on, if it's true, focus on God of War, give us a release date or an update of anything of that matter. So follow through, Sony. I seen something earlier while I was surfing the web. that this is just random. This was 2 days ago. This is from pushsquare.com. Sony's latest state of play has been watched more times than any of its E3 conferences. With, dear God. So with their September showcase, it was 4.9 million views and 3.9 million in 2020 and 3.9 million views in 2021. It's ridiculous. Everyone is looking forward to it. So if they show something of value, it's going to do numbers and people are going to get excited for this God of War. So yeah,
definitely.
Sony, give me goodness.
Yeah. And that's my thing all in all. Like when you look at what's going on with God of War and Sony, like they got the sauce. Like I don't know. I mean, well, I know what it is. Like where Xbox is focusing on Game Pass and building up Game Pass and wanting to add games to Game Pass. The thing is, like Game Pass, I mean, maybe at this point it's profitable. But when you consider how much it is to develop games, either Microsoft is throwing away money to bring us high quality AAA games, or they are giving us AA games that they are masking as AAA games and using most of their resources to buffer up the subscription. I don't work at Microsoft. I don't know. I can't really say. But on the other end, Sony for a while now has been focused on publishing and developing top of the line AAA games, and that Sony, that Sony Interactive Studios, moniker that we get now, it's kind of the MCU vibes every time we open up one of those PS5 or Sony exclusive games now, is starting to mean something. So I think that the only thing that's going to take them higher at this point, because those games are like coming out and they're doing great, is if the Last of Us show comes out and it's fire. We confirmed that a Horizon and God of War show are on the horizon as well. No pun intended. But if those shows come out and those are good, it's only going to make Sony a bigger force to be reckoned with. So we'll have to see, but all in all, like for right now, God of War potentially unveiling more gameplay loop and mechanics here in the next week is super exciting.
I don't care for gameplay. We need a release date.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get that release date. The thing that we have to consider is at this point, where in 2020, most of the games that have come out between 2020 and 2021 were games that were already close to being wrapped up when they were released. All the games that we're getting from 2022 and beyond, I won't even say and beyond. I'll say 2022, maybe through maybe 2024, are the games that were in mid stride of active development when the pandemic hit. So for that reason, I think that has a lot to do with why Sony is dragging its feet on when they're giving that announcement. Maybe if Christopher Judge didn't have that injury that set the development back by a year, it would have came out in what was it, 2021? I think was the original, or was it still 20? It was 2021, right? Is when it was originally supposed to be out. Maybe we would have got it then. But to delay the project by a year and then fall smack dab into the middle of the pandemic, I think that it is still very much possible that God of War is coming out in 2022. I just think that until they know for sure, they don't want to have to announce that game and they'd be like, all right, well, it's still coming out, but it's going to be in December. So I say if they give us a date, great. I think that means that they are absolutely positively confident it's going to come. But at this point, and I know Kyle is going to probably kill me for this, but at this point, when we saw Horizon Forbidden West looked like a cleaner, more polished version of Zero Dawn. And that's what made me so excited to play it. But right now, what we've seen from God of War, other than some narrative beats that we're all excited to kind of catch up with, is the little bit of gameplay we have saw from God of War just looks like more God of War. So while I do understand that the release date is there is a little bit of gameplay out there. The last trailer that they showed, there was gameplay in it. It was not a lot, but there was absolutely gameplay. But so
tell him, D-Ray.
Yes, a little bit, and what we saw was nothing like, oh, this is new mechanics. We did not see anything that looked new. From the first time that we saw Horizon, we saw new things in it and implications of new things.
But this is one of the games, though, that people are going to buy regardless. This is one of those.
Yeah, no doubt. So, I'm not taking anything away from it. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, like, where you guys are just saying, all I need is a release date, cool. But like in reality, you know, like my thing is, I think that gameplay is actually more important than what people realize, because like you can say what you want about what I'm saying, but even David Scott Jaffe, the creator of Kratos and God of War, says that right now his opinion on it is that the game looks like it is God of War DLC. This is from Kratos' father. Like, this isn't me trying to be the contrarian.
No, I get what you're saying. Like, gameplay's cool, but yet this game has they did this to themselves. You said it was coming out this year. You have yet posted a date. You said this. You, the creator, you in the team said this. So it is you put it out there. So you need to follow up. Give us gameplay. Cool. But we're about to head into the fourth quarter. You need to give us a date. If it's not this year, cool. Just let us know. If it is this year, let us get a date. That is what we need.
I understand the importance of a date. But you remember when Starfield gave us a date and then said it was Skyrim in space? And then when we got the gameplay, it wasn't Skyrim in space.
It was No Man's Sky.
Exactly. So what I'm saying is, while the date is important, yes, they did say that the game is coming out this year. They have doubled down on it. Cool. What I think is most important is for them to show what differentiates Ragnarok from God of War 2017.
That's fine. But if you're just going to show that with no date, then don't fucking show me anymore. You've already teased. You already tickled my pickle long enough. I'm going to buy the damn game. Give us a damn date.
My God. It's coming. Okay? It's coming. Like, at this point, like, when we get the date, man. Like, it's going to come. Like, whether it's in the next 6 months, which I do think it'll be within the next 6 months and still be here for 2022, or if it's in the next 9 months and comes out during Q1, it's going to come, Perry. It is okay.
Who cares? Look, y'all acting like I care. My game of the year is already solidified. They won. This is more for Kyle. I'm going to get God of War regardless. An announcement date is needed. Gameplay is needed. They're one and the same. They're both needed. But the importance of the release date is need to be said, because you showed all this beautiful stuff. Every time you pulled up, you showed something new. You announced something. But you said it's coming out this year. It's coming out this year. If you, by their last showing, if you had any inclination in which it could have been a possibility that it could not come out this year in a press conference, put that out there. Put it out there so people know. Right now, you're teasing. Like, you're the fine girl that's like, yeah, I'm going to give you some, and you not telling me when. I'm doing all this work. I'm doing all this research. Where's it at? But, I mean, at the end of the day, Elden Ring's got game of the year.
Yeah. So, all in all, I do want to address a question from Blerd Approved Gaming. Do I think that God of War Ragnarok was announced too early? I don't think so. From what I'm looking at here, it looks like they announced that it was in development in June of 2019, which was initially going to be a 2021 release, because PS5 came out in November of 2020. And it was supposed to be a 2021 game, which that is not the case. I think it's a different thing when you announce a new IP that we don't know anything about. Like, don't announce a new IP that we don't know about. Like, I think a sequel is okay to announce within 3 years. It's just to say, hey, like, we're working on it, it's coming, is one thing, versus saying, like, giving a release date and then not meeting it. I think that at the point that they said that the game was out in 2021 and it didn't come out in 2021, it needs to be out in 2022, like, for marketing purposes. But at the same time, if the game's not ready, we all seen what happened with Cyberpunk. The game's not ready, don't rush it out. Just put it out when it's ready. I think it's more a thing with Perry and D-Rain is, at this point, the expectations have been set, and right now, you know, we've gotten some still shots coming out from Sony Santa Monica. We've gotten some tongue-in-cheek references from Cory Barlog, who was the director on the last God of War, and then we also got news and another like 5-second clip of gameplay, or I think it was technically a GIF, where they were talking about their accessibility options that will be provided within God of War. So it's a really weird situation because, like, they have been like just dancing around it for a very long time now, for like the last 3 or 4 months. So I get their frustration. But I'm always of the camp of, show me what this game actually is before I'm like, oh my God, I need this game. It's the way I've always been. But we'll see. It's right around the corner, and as rumors are implying, it's probably this Thursday. Look, as in the comments, it feels longer than it has been. That is testament to how impatient you are for this game, D-Rain.
I mean, the game's gonna come out and it's gonna be fire. But I mean, there's other games that's coming out by the end of this year that I'm getting that's gonna be phenomenal. So if it don't,
and we still have what is that? Forspoken is still on its way in October, and that game right now still looks like it's going to be pretty cool. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be I don't want to count it out and say it won't be a competitor for Game of the Year, but when we're looking at God of War Ragnarok, we're looking at Horizon Forbidden West, we're looking at Elden Ring, you know.
Elden Ring is still jumping.
Even Kirby was really damn good. Like,
Kirby was phenomenal.
Yeah, like I think that if anything, Kirby should be a part of the Game of the Year conversation, but by no means so I think Kirby is going to win it.
You have to understand, like, Kirby was a phenomenal game. When it came out, the hype of Elden Ring was still there. Yeah. That is a testament of how... I'm not about to get into it. Tune into, I don't know when I'm coming back with another Captain's Lounge, but just know that for the people that said it needs an easy mode, and they dropped all that beautiful content in that game and did millions of sales and held a hype train for damn near 3.5, 4 months straight. I don't want to hear nothing else about anyone ever.
So D-Rain TV, you know what won Game of the Year at the Video Game Awards last year, which is the most commercially successful and popular award show? It was It Takes Two, a family platformer, won Game of the Year. Don't count Kirby out. Again, I'm not saying that it is going to be Game of the Year, but if you've actually played Kirby to completion, I'm not saying that you haven't, like, you know that Kirby is absolutely one of the best games to come out this year. I've never actually been a big Kirby fan. I've never played any other Kirby game to completion. By the time I got to the final areas of that game, I was surprised at how absolute obsessed I was with it. So, like, put some respect on Kirby's name.
Okay,
like,
I mean, definitely put some respect on Kirby's name. Depends on how this horror game is that comes out in October. The protocol.
What?
What in the absolute what?
Okay, so at this point, oh no, Mo, hey, I don't know what this is. You have like 10 seconds to make a respectable comment, or you will be banished to the Shadow Realm. Because I'm all for shenanigans and tomfoolery. Like that's how it comes in. I'm just asking. So is it? No, I think. Let's see. Is it an opinion or a choice that my blankety blank is getting blankety blank abused daily?
I don't know.
Well, it's yours, so that's your decision to make.
Where's my mods at?
I don't know. I mean, I could block him, but right now he is just saying. By the way, just asking. I'm going to say it now. You've been warned. Okay.
All right. So
you came in. That was funny. That was interesting. You've been warned. Don't do it again. Please move forward, Perry.
So with that being said, I don't know. I stand with D-Rain on this one. If there's a state of play that is announced, I am streaming it with D-Rain with the utmost Professor Snape look. You need to give us a date. If not, how disappointing. That will be said as a collective. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're here for the last delicious piece of news, and it's anime related. Dragon Ball Super project already in active development. Yay, Dragon Ball Super. It's in active development. I'm happy for all the Dragon Ball Super fans out there, Dragon Ball fans in general. If you read the manga, you are getting a whole lot of good content.
Right. The longest fight ever.
That's ever been in Dragon Ball before. So I'm glad you guys are.
This arc spans like half of like One Piece's story, it feels like. It's like the last arc really didn't even finish. What was it? The Granola arc didn't really even end. It just bled into where they are now. And it's, I don't know. It's been really, really long.
Gee, sir, I will tell you this.
I was exaggerating, Perry. I know.
The Wano arc has been going on for years. It just finished.
By the way, they did confirm that this last arc in the manga is the last arc for One Piece. Did you see that?
I've been said. I was the one that said it when we talked about it. Yeah, after the Wano arc, we're going into the final part of One Piece. So we're going to get another time skip probably.
Yeah, I don't think that we actually talked about it though, because I want to say that it had came out the week before I went, like the week I went on vacation, like the day or two beforehand. But yeah, I think that's kind of interesting. But that still means that the anime is still like another 2-3 years out, right?
This man said he said 2 to 3 years.
Yeah, I'm just assuming because I know that the anime has been fillered to hell and it is like super far from where the manga is.
Well, you have to remember. So not to cut you off, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Right now, you're looking at, because they got it. They're going to, their episodes coming up now are going to tailor towards the movie that's about to come out, which they've done before. Because I mean, this one is huge. You got Shanks, which is, people want to know Shanks. People want more Shanks. So there's that. And then with the Wano arc and everything going on with that, I think they're going to take a break here coming up soon for a month and prepare for the next arc they're going to finish up, which is probably, this is an anime academic question or something he will probably know. It's going to probably wrap up within the next 3 to 4 years, depending on what they do, because there's still so much out there.
That's literally 1 more year added to my estimate. You laughed at me like it was 7 more years.
I thought you were talking about the anime. I'm like, the anime's not catching up no time soon. But here, for the manga's sake, 3 to 4, but it just depends where they go. But the new Dragon Ball Super projects. I mean, the last movie, Gohan got his moment. I'm happy for Gohan. Piccolo got his moment. I'm happy for Piccolo. In the manga, Vegeta has moments, but at the end of the day, it is the Goku show. So I'm happy. I'm not gonna be that guy and say, Dragon Ball Super, yay, tomato. But
a show.
But I'm looking forward to it. Because I mean, it's more content for people to watch. It's more content for people involved in. When it's going to be released?
So actually, I can talk to you a little bit about when it's going to be released here. So just so you know, like this is a credible source. I know that every year now it seems like they keep saying, "Oh, Dragon Ball Super's on the way." Now there hasn't been any confirmation that this is for the weekly anime series. However, there are a lot of things falling in line that leads into this being the anime. So just so you guys know, the source of this is Akio Yoki, who is essentially Akira Toriyama's partner in Dragon Ball. I'm talking about the partner to the point where Dragon Ball Superheroes was supposed to be primarily a Piccolo story. It was Yoku-san who looked at Toriyama and said, "Hey, people love Gohan. This is a Piccolo and Gohan story." Akira looks at him and says, "Yeah, you're right. Let's throw Gohan in the mix too." So that is like who this guy is. He's been working with him for years, and he respects him as a equal. So he has come out and said in a recent interview from this week that, quote, "a new entry on the series is already in the making." End quote. And with that as well, he does go into detail to say that Dragon Ball Superheroes was a project that was 5 years in the making. So they were in development on this even before the anime had ended. And there's also been like confirmation that they said that Dragon Ball Super would not be coming back until a couple things fall in line. What are those things that need to fall in line? There are two things. Their animation team has to be available for scheduling. And also with that, the original time slot that Dragon Ball Super had, which was a prime time slot that it has always had, has to be up for grabs as well. Well, in Japan, there has actually been rumors going around that the Digimon reboot and the Dragon Quest series, which between those two shows occupies the animation team and the time slot for Dragon Ball Super, are both set to end this fall. So while I'm not going to say yes, this is the year, I've also been hearing some rumblings about 2023 is what the set date is for Dragon Ball Super to return. I don't know, but there's a lot that is aligning that could implicate that maybe it's coming sooner than we expect. Take it with a grain of salt. But because we are talking about fall time in anime, Perry, what are the 5 shows that we all need to be looking out for this fall, this Q3?
Absolutely. I cannot wait. There are some bangers coming out for this fall season. Blerd, Approved Gaming, let's have a moment together. Number 1 on your list is Bleach. Plain and simple. The return of one of the big 3s, the best arc of the entire series, the best looking of the big 3 returns.
So let me ask you this.
Yes.
So obviously I know that Bleach is coming back. Now, is Bleach coming in the anime? Is it coming back where it left off, or is it essentially an anime reboot?
No, it's coming off where it left off. You're coming back for the last arc, Bleach 1,000-Year Blood War. This is deliciousness because you have the Quincy's versus the Shinigami. This is going to be everything, and I cannot wait until they animate Kenpachi story. Y'all will see the original Kenpachi.
So Perry or someone in the chat, whoever has time, I probably could just Google it, but hey, I'm video editing and dadding and taking care of dogs and cleaning and cooking and everything in between. I need one of you guys to do me a favor. I actually like Bleach. I like Bleach a lot. I thought that the first arc in Bleach was pretty dope. However, I thought that first arc in Bleach had a lot of filler in it, which I understand is a big issue.
It has the most fillers out of the big 3.
Yeah, I hear that is, again, that is a big issue with Bleach. If someone knows where I can find a list to watch Bleach episodes and skip by the filler, because I know they've done them for Dragon Ball, they've done them from Naruto, they've done them for One Piece especially as well. Like, if like you guys know of a list of episodes that I can follow to get the story without the filler, maybe the important fillers. I know there's usually some that do put more meaning to the characters and some that are funny and fun to look at. Like, one that comes back to me, you remember in Naruto Shippuden, I don't know if you saw the filler where Naruto's shadow clones went on strike.
No, hell no.
Man, it was a pretty funny filler, but it was also during that time when Naruto was on that stupid ship for like a year and a half worth of episodes to go find the octopus that would train him in learning how to manage his tailed beast.
You're talking about
so I actually, yeah. Well, that's where it was in the story at that time. They were just like, "What? An octopus? Okay." Yeah, that was so bad. How the hell do you do a year and a half of fillers? And then I remember it got so bad, by the way, that they took a Naruto movie, and instead of putting it in theaters, they just cut it up into like a 10-part series and made it episodes. It's like, whoo. So yeah, please with
he's sending it to you now.
Send it to me in the messaging. Thank you so much. Yeah, because I will probably start watching Bleach again. I've got. What do I got? I've got to catch up in The Boys. I've got like 3 episodes of that to watch. Super excited for. And then I have to get caught up in, not caught up, but I've got to watch The Umbrella Academy, because I've not started that yet. I just finished Obi-Wan and caught up in Miss Marvel this week. So yeah, give me more stuff to watch.
The Bleach, the most important arc is the what was it? Aizen, of course, when he had that Spada. The Spada arc was really good. Wako Mundo was really good. Like, those fights, those moments, the top 10, I believe, those were phenomenal. Like, those were great. So there's that. So let me continue my list. So number 1, it is correctly 1,000-Year Blood War. And you get to see there's so much there. Number 2, Mob Psycho season 3. Do yourself justice. Invest in Mob Psycho. It is phenomenal. Yeah. Artwork is
it is
great.
I need to get back to it. I've watched like the first 3 episodes and then just got caught up in other things. How's the English dub?
Great. That's what I watch it in.
Good. Okay, cool.
Mob is great.
Okay. Before y'all get started, because I asked about the English dub, when you have 4 kids, 2 dogs, laundry to fold, dinner to cook, you don't have time to sit down and watch and read subtitles sometimes.
Unfortunately, you will have to make time for Demon Slayer, because that English dub is terrible.
Oh yeah, no. Demon Slayer, that's the thing. We sit down, we turn out the lights, we be in here, the lights go crazy, and we watch Demon Slayer. That is almost like a family movie night kind of vibe. No, I'm not watching English Demon Slayer. I went to the movies to go see Mugen Train in English. Never again. It was so bad. Oh, gosh. It was bad.
Let me go back.
Yeah, Mob Psycho. So why are we excited for Mob Psycho? Because now all I can hear is Inosuke's voice in English, and
Mob Psycho season 3. That's all you need to be hyped for. Like, season 1 and 2 were phenomenal. Mob is great. Like, Mob is a phenomenal piece of body of work. Like, there's nothing wrong with Mob. And to me, it's a 10.
Right.
Mob is great.
Where is the English dub available?
Funimation. I think it's on Crunchyroll now too.
So it's probably on Crunchyroll. Okay, cool.
So you got that. A new one that's coming out. I believe it's Chainsaw Man. It's coming out in the fall too. Chainsaw Man.
So that's still not out yet.
No, it's coming out in the fall. This is all coming out in the fall, all at the same time.
Okay, because I know that they've been hyping up Chainsaw Man for a while now, so I wasn't sure if this was like season 2 and I somehow missed season 1. But the launch of Chainsaw Man is coming this fall.
Oh, my daughter came in. Bye, Livy.
Livy came in regulating.
All right. So we have, I believe, okay, that's coming out 2023. What was that? 3? I have 4. Number 4, you have this one. This one is a personal one because I just read the story. Blue Lock. It's going to be fire.
Blue Lock?
Blue Lock is about to be Wago.
So this is one I've not heard of at all. Can you give us a little background on what Blue Lock is and what it's about?
Blue Lock is a after reflecting on the current state, because I'm reading the synopsis, it's a sports anime, football.
There we go.
It's football.
Okay.
It's football, not soccer, not American football, but you know what I'm saying. After
soccer, football.
Yes. After reflecting on the current state of Japanese soccer, the Japanese Football Association decided to hire an erratic coach named Ego to achieve their dream of winning the World Cup. Believing in Japan has lacked an egotistic striker hungry for goals, Ego is made a prison state environment in which people show off their ego, their hunger to be the best in the country to win a World Cup. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, when I tell you, y'all, when I tell you this motherfucker manga is fire, oh my god, I cannot wait. I'm telling you, it's going to be better than Haiku. Like, I knew a lot of people love Haiku. I loved it. They loved it, and it's a great one. It is great, dude. And another, oh, absolutely. And another one is coming back, season 6 of Boku no Hero Academia, aka My Hero Academia. Season 6 returns.
So is this your number 5 or is this an honorable mention?
This is my number 5. This is a number 5. Okay. My honorable mention, I believe Otis saw it. Oh yeah. Prince of Tennis. Otis, I'm telling you, it is better than Prince of Tennis. Read the manga. I'm going to send you the link to the manga so you can read it. It took me 2 days to read 100 and I think it's like 180 some chapters. That's how good it is. It is fuego. So that those are my top 5 honorable mentions. Of course, Prince of Tennis coming back for the under 17 tournament. You also have Uzumaki is basically a horror type of genre of manga and anime. And then what's another one? I mean, that's the only ones I care for. So nothing else matters. Nothing else matters. Nothing else matters. It's like nothing. Literally nothing else matters because we are. Oh snap. Well, yeah, there we go. Yeah, we'll take that because at the beginning because we had other announcements of returning from Fire ones. Vinland Saga Season 2 comes in January 2023, and that's going to be great. So
that was way more than 5, and that was a lot of honorable mentions.
I'm sorry, but there's a lot. We're getting so much anime content where Saturday mornings is about to have me feel like a kid again.
Oh, that's what you gotta love it, man. I actually still got some catching up to do in My Hero. I got to the villain arc and got really, really busy. So maybe I'll sit down and watch some of that today or tomorrow, and then transition into some Bleach because my boy Otis just hit me with the filler free list.
You can spark note it because I'm telling you, sir. I'm telling you.
Speaking of Spark Notes, not to interrupt you, but have you ever watched this YouTube channel? I think it's called Man of Recaps.
Man of Recaps. No.
Let me just search it real quick to make sure this is right. And
no, there's Man of Recaps. I just looked him up.
Yeah. Man of Recaps is probably the most clutch recap YouTuber that you can find. Like when I tell you that one, his tone never changes. Like it's done like in this really like snarky monotone but funny fashion. Like even when he does the exciting parts, he delivers them in a way where it's like, oh, you can tell this is an exciting part. But he commits to the bit in every video. Like it's good stuff. You'll get the stuff that you need to know to remember. Like I'm probably going to watch the Umbrella Academy 2 recap before I watch season 3. Like definitely go check it out. Like if you want to know what happened in The Walking Dead, but you fell out after Glenn died, like so many of us did, go check it out because that show is dumb now. Like super dumb. And he does a great job of summarizing it so you can realize how dumb it is, and then you can save the rest of your time going to go watch something that matters, like Stranger Things season 4 part 2 that drops in like 5 days or some junk like that.
Yeah, the first week of July.
Yep, July 1st is the launch day. So that is
next Friday.
What, 6 days? Yeah, that's Friday, right?
Next Friday.
Yeah, so we're coming. It's upon us. So with that, Perry, are we ready for recommendations?
I am definitely ready for recommendations.
Go first, man. You're already on the roll with the anime, so you know.
Well, I want to give I can save it towards the end when we wrap up, so I'll save that. My recommendation. I'm having way too much fun with this this premium PlayStation thing, man. Having way too much fun. Like I was playing Hot Shot right before we was playing Shredder's Revenge last night, and sir, I forgot how good that game was, and so I'm enjoying. That was a good investment. That was a phenomenal good investment. So my recommendation is check out some of those catalogs, man. Replay some of the games that you fell in love with. If you feel like you're having a downtime of video games, just looking for something, if you have the cheese to go ahead and get the upgrade, go ahead and give it a shot. I'm having fun. I'm enjoying myself. It was a great pastime. So I'm enjoying it for sure. So yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. And I can kind of second you there. Like, yeah, I know a lot of people were very curious and cautious of committing to the PlayStation Plus Premium. It's good. Facts are, because Perry just reminded me, I've actually got our next wave of videos getting ready to be uploaded to YouTube throughout the next couple weeks. So we'll keep that going strong for you guys. But with that, actually here today, I will upload a video. It's about an hour and a half long. Watch it all, watch some of it, skip through it. I don't care. Give us the view, give us a like, drop a comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. But what this will actually be is, this is my first time browsing through PlayStation Plus Premium, trying a few of the games. I played some Street Fighter while streaming it while on stream to see how that went for input delays. We played some Infamous, we played some Ape Escape, and we put a couple games in queue to try at a later date as well. So definitely check that out. That'll be uploaded here within the next couple of hours. But my recommendation, outside of piggybacking on Perry's, funny enough, is actually in part a PlayStation Plus Premium recommendation. I tried the Tetris Effect Connected, which is a free game on PlayStation Plus Premium. And oh my God, it is the most challenging yet relaxing game I think I've ever played in my life.
And it's Tetris?
Yes, it's called Tetris Effect Connected.
I just want to let you know that I was actually ranked in the top 1,000 in Tetris.
But it has online play. Like, we could play it together. Bro, it is a vibe. Like, I kid you not. I sat down, I played it. My firstborn son, he came around. He was like, yo, what is this? It's Tetris. Like, a block game? Yeah. Start playing it. And before I knew it, you know, where I'm in the dark, the effects are going, the particle effects, the music, just everything about the game is absolutely amazing and so relaxing and soothing, but also very engaging. So definitely, if you have not tried it yet, go try Tetris Effect Connected on PlayStation Plus Premium. It's on I think it's on PS4 and 5 and on Xbox as well. So go check that out.
Absolutely. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Unfortunately, Shredder's Revenge is not in there, Blerd Proof Gaming. You have to buy it. It's only if you have it. I think it's like 20 and some change.
Yeah, I think it's like 25. I think the regular price is 30 and it's on sale for like $25 or something like that. If you have PlayStation Plus. So
and
definitely
it's worth it.
Well, yes and no. I'll say, and I'm going to actually start my recording review audio for this one here. But my overall consensus is if you are playing it by yourself, I don't know. But if you have a group of friends to play it with, it is absolutely positively a blast. So definitely go check it out. It is worth at least checking out, especially if you are a Turtles fan.
Absolutely. Have fun with it yesterday with our boy Gav. Happy belated birthday again, and also with Demigod Sean. That was a great vibe. And shout out to happy birthday as well. Happy belated birthday to Lady Gunner. As you see, she was not here today. It's her weekend off because if it's your birthday week, you are not allowed to come here and host anything. You are supposed to enjoy yourself, go shake some ass, throw some money, and enjoy your time.
Hey, look at that! Look at that boy shrugged his life coming from out of the gutters out here. Oh yeah, absolutely, bro. Happy birthday! Look, man, we finished that game for you last night. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, we did.
My wife looked at me and said, "You said this would be 2 to 2.5 hours. It was almost 3." I said, "Babe, it was bro's birthday. We had to finish it out for the homie. He
requested it. I was yawning. But we did it for him.
Hey, okay. You said yawning. I gotta make a confession. I fell asleep twice.
I know you did.
I think one of them was actually against Shredder, and another time was on that level before. I fell asleep.
But I saw it because you fell out of nowhere. I was like, oh, this nigga's asleep. I know it was because that's why I was like, man, I'm yawning. And I'm like, Greg, just say the word that you're tired and I will sell us. Man. But then I forgot it was Gav's birthday, so we had to do that. Blerd Approved Gaming. Let me know when you stream that. So I can tune in for it. We did our stream last night here on the show.
Did we record that?
Did we record it? We did not, but I can easily download. I can talk about that in the meeting. I can get all that. Yeah. I can get all that because I forgot to record today's episode. So yes, I can download it. That's why I don't care anymore. I can download the episode. But there's that. Also, I want to thank all the guys who've been here. Blerd Approved Gaming, of course, Gav, Liv. I know you're in the background. D-Rain, the guy. I won't call him 577. My boy Roz, and then everyone in the chat. My boy T Will, the Don, Impulse, Zayana. I want to thank everyone for tuning in for today's show. You guys have been phenomenal, like always, and we're extremely thankful. You can be anywhere in the world on your beautiful Saturday morning, but you're here with us. Listen to us talk about everything nerdy, gaming, and anime related, and we appreciate you taking out the time to enjoy that.
You know what? I just want to say, in addition to that, as I'm sitting here thinking about it, what you guys are doing right now is you are putting in your lives, like all 11 of you guys that are viewing right now. Thank you so much, because what you guys are doing is in your adult lives, you are putting us in the slot that your Saturday cartoons went into.
Exactly.
And as someone who grew up with Fox Kids, WB Kids, Jetix, Toonami at one point was doing this weird Saturday morning thing as well. We know what that means. And seriously, guys, thank you so much.
We really do. And
you deserve. You got something? Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. I forgot. I meant to slide this into my recommendation. Get a new set of friends, especially on your Facebook group, because all the people, including this Negro, did not tell me all that. And Kenan and Kel is on Netflix.
Wait. Wait. So I heard that Keenan and Kel was there actually this morning, right before we went on the show. But all that is there too.
Season 1 and 2 of all that is on there.
You know what I'm about to do? I'm about to sit my booty on the floor or in the chair, maybe in the air. Just don't go nowhere, okay? It's coming on.
Oh my goodness. So, but yes, again, I want to thank everyone here. And please let us know if you guys want to work together, you guys want to partner up, want to do any type of projects. Let us know. We're in the business of collaborating. We're in the business of building stuff together, and we have a phenomenal group here at Blerd Lines that we're building upon, and we love to work with anyone who's interested. If you have any Let's Play ideas that you want to see us, any games that you can't wait for us to play, let us know. I know next year, I know by the end of this year, there will be a lot of Pokemon being played. And by next year, the dojo returns. Session of Hands returns. And of course, we have our Monopoly nights. Yes, I want to say thank you all for tuning in. Yeah, I told you. Oh yeah, Paramount signed a deal with Netflix to get a lot of their. Oh wow, Netflix is making.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, with that being said, I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Reach out. Let's work together. Let's build together. And if you're a woman out there, understand we support you in every decision that you make with your body, because guess what? That is your temple in which you have every right to do with. We do not judge past judgment here. I'm sorry for what you're going through, but understand we support you in your struggles that you're facing right now. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you and have a phenomenal Saturday. And we are.
And wait, for everything else, you deserve the hardiest.
Gang. Peace, love, and hair grease, everyone. We out.
Much love.